because I have no self-control. I really don't. It's really sad. And then, oh, I forgot I got this book. Oh, I forgot I got that book too. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and I have a book haul for you guys. Now, listen. If you've been here a hot minute, you know that I do book hauls every month, except for last month. That's right. I didn't have a book haul last month. I didn't do one for February because frankly, I didn't have enough. I felt like, I had maybe like 10 books and I was like, that's not enough. So I was like, I'll just combine February, March. And now I have this. Now I have this. So maybe I should have done one for February. But yeah, so this is 2 months of accumulating books. So that's why there's a lot here. And my little spiel before I start book hauls. Okay, sometimes I don't know what the book's about. Don't come at me. I don't know, okay? I cover by. It looks, good. I buy it. So I get gifted books because I'm a part of like wish list gifting on Instagram. So sometimes I'll put books on my wish list, okay, on Amazon, and then they get sent to me and I don't know what the book's about. It's fine. I'm going to read them eventually. And how am I supposed to know what a book's about before I read it? Yep, that's right. So we're just going to get into it. I'm just going to pull the book and bring it over and stack it beside me because it'll be easier to do the thumbnail at the end of this. So let's just get in. And some of these I forget what they are. So it's going to be a surprise for me too, just as much as for you. It's going to be a good time. Okay, first book. Okay, I bought this for myself. This is Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. It doesn't have a matte cover, so gotta be careful. So I feel like she blew up with this book and then her newest book, which is Out on a Limb. I feel like those are really big. And she was indie published, and now this is traditionally published, and it's got the cartoon cover on it, which is fine. This is about two sets of people who want to gain custody of their siblings or family members, but they can't do it on their own. So the fostering or adoption agency has this program where you can buddy up with people. So you're both in a stable environment financially and stuff like that. And then it's easier to gain custody. And I'm assuming that's what this book is, they're going to live together. So it's forced proximity. And I've just heard a lot of people really enjoy these books. So I figured I would give it a shot, even though this was never on my radar. I was like, oh, it sounds cute, but I just won't read it. I saw it at Walmart and I just picked it up. Because I have no self-control. I really don't. It's really sad. Okay, the next book I bought the same day as I bought the other one, and that is The Fake Mate by Alana Ferguson. So, I do believe this is a shifter romance. Are they werewolves? I'm guessing they're werewolves. And that just gives me Twilight vibes. I don't think it's a vampire werewolf ordeal. No, two wolf shifters agree to be fake mates, but unexpectedly find something real in the steamy paranormal romantic comedy. Okay, I've never read anything that has to do with shifters other than Twilight. But you know Twilight was nothing. I mean, it was everything to me at the time, but it's not the same as, you would read shifter romances now. So, I haven't read The Nanny by this author, which is what she's most known for. So, I don't know. I'll get to it when I get to it. We all know at this point, if I'm hauling books, there's no way I'm reading them in the next, year. It's just not happening. But it just caught my attention, and I've been hearing good things about it as well. Okay, the next book. It's a historical. I know. I didn't read the last historical I bought yet, but it was only $1. So who's the winner here? I think it's me. So this is by Sophie Jordan, and it's The Rake Gets Ravished. I think he owns a casino or a gambling place, and she swindles him or something, and they fall in love. Look, I don't know why I keep buying romances before I read a romance to see if I like a romance. That is the price I pay for being a book collector, I guess. I see a book and I'm like, maybe. Just maybe. And then it comes home. We'll see. I don't know. What's next? Ooh, okay, yes, okay. So this one is called The Cult by Penelope Sky, and it is a about, like you didn't see that coming. Okay. This is a romance, but I think it's like more thriller-esque, like romantic I don't know why I say thriller-esque. It's not a word. It's more like romantic suspense type of romance, and it involves a cult. That's all I really know. And I don't know if I think this is 2 parts. I could be wrong. I thought this was in 2 parts, but now I don't know. But it sounded interesting, and I would tell you what it's about, but we all know that I'm not fully sure, but I just do know it's about a cult. So it's fine. We all know at this point. I'm not even apologizing. I'm not even apologizing for not knowing what the book's about anymore. Okay. What's next? Ooh. Okay. This one I found at the dollar store. It was such a good day. It was like such a good day. This one is The Patient by Jane Schmelt. I probably butchered that. That's fine. Okay. So I am very confused if this is The Patient on Hulu that had Steve Carell in it. I don't know if it's based on this or not, but basically it's about, I want to say, a psychiatrist, and like one of her patients starts like popping up everywhere in her life, and that terrifies me because I work at a mental health clinic and it's a small community. So there's always that, like, I'm going out in public and what if I'm seen type of thing. But anyway, this is a thriller, and I've said in the past how I like to read thrillers that have to do with mental health or therapists or things like that. So I really enjoyed The Silent Patient, but I don't think this has going to be anything like that. But I like the vibes that they both give off. Ooh, okay. The next book that I bought was The Teacher by Frida McFadden. So I just read The Housemaid by her this past week. I read it for Paige and I's book club, which is next week, Thursday, the 28th at 7 on my channel. If you've read it and want to discuss it with us. I really enjoyed it. So I was like, I want to read more from her. And I know they're all on Kindle, but gosh darn it, I just need the physical book. So I bought it. And basically, this is about a student and a teacher. And I don't know if there's like an affair going on. I don't know. I've heard good things. So, and I like her writing. So I just want to get like into all her backlist and just kind of see if I like it. I've heard this has like a very like, what did I just read type of vibe. And I love that. I love a good, what did I just read type of thriller. So I'm excited about this. And then I think I got another, I did get another one of hers. I got The Inmate, which I don't know anything about this. I'm assuming this one's in prison. But this is her newest release. It just came out like a couple weeks ago. The guiltiest people aren't always the ones behind bars. I'm sold. I don't know. Like, basically, when I read The Housemaid, I don't want to give too much away because we have the live show, but I just really enjoyed it. I liked the writing. It kept me, like, guessing. I wanted to keep reading, so I'm hoping, like, all of her books are like that. So, I got that one as well. Okay, next, I got this book as well, I think the same day at this point. It's crazy. So, I'm not exactly a fantasy reader. Okay? My fantasy consists of ACOTAR, and that's where it ends because I enjoy that, but I just never gravitate towards anything else, you know? Fourth Wing, Iron Flame. I couldn't even tell you the other ones because I don't know. Because this is not something I'm actively looking for. However, I have been seeing this book, and it was at Walmart. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get it. So it's A Fate Inked in Blood, and it's not matte, but that's okay, okay? So we all know the cover, but wait. The reason I bought this is not purely for the edges, I promise. But they're blue. So maybe it was purely because of the edges that are brilliantly blue, beautifully blue. I love that. But, okay, this book is by Danielle L. Jensen, who wrote The Bridge Kingdom, which I happen to own a copy of, which I have not read. But I do own it, and that's an accomplishment for me. So basically, I've seen like little snippets, and it says, kill the husband, but like hook up with the son-in-law? Is that what I'm remembering? I don't know, but if so, is this taboo? Because if this is a taboo and it's fantasy, like that could get me into fantasy if it's a taboo fantasy. We'll see. We're going to see. When will I read it? I don't know. I don't know. Will I soon? Probably not. But it's in my home now. Okay, next is Jasper Vale by Daphne Perry, which is just book 4 in the Eden series. I have books 1, 2, and 3. So I couldn't tell you what this one's about, but I just was collecting the books. So this was the next one that I needed, so I got it. I know they're small town, romantic suspense. That's all I know. Ooh, next is the book of the month for March. Yeah. There was a lot of good choices this month because I was like this close. You were this close to losing a subscriber book of the month because I was like, I have kept passing and passing and passing these past months. Just nothing was like, nah. And then this month you had like 2 thrillers that I wanted, and I only got 1 though because I was like, should I spend extra money? So yeah, I'm not spending extra money, But I got Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. Right now I can't tell you what it's about because I can't remember. I don't know if it's a podcast or something. It's fine. I remembered what it... Look, I read the synopsis when I was looking and picking the book for the month. I just can't remember what it's about now. But I have heard good things. Hopefully it's good. And I don't know if... I would like if it has some kind of podcast elements. Oh, wait a second. Bonus episode. There is a podcast element, so I'm even more excited now because I love myself some mixed media. Next, we've got book 3 in the Perfectly Imperfect series by Neva Altaj. This is, what is this one? Hidden Truths. Oh, why can't they be matte? I will die on that hill that every book should be matte. I don't know what this one is about. I just know that these are all mafia books, and the heroes in each one of the books has some sort of disability that makes them think that they're imperfect. But they are perfectly imperfect. So, I don't know if this one's like arranged marriage. It's something, but now I own book 3 and I can add it to the collection. Okay, the next book is The Wrong Wife by Elle Steele. This is a best friends, brothers, fake relationship romance. Now, if every author would just say that on the cover, I would not have to guess what each book is about. I wouldn't have to do it. Because right now, I know it is a best friend's brother, fake relationship romance. And that's all I need to know. Like, I don't need to know the details of why we're getting into this fake relationship. No, I just need to know that it's happening. And this is what the book's about. But I haven't read... whoa, why is the word so small? Oh, we know how much I hate small words. That's tiny. That's ridiculous. Like, can you see? That's a lot of words. That's besides the point. Okay, but basically, Elle Steele has a lot of books on Amazon, and I just kind of went through their repertoire, and I was like, yep, that sounds good, that sounds good, that sounds good. So I have a lot on my wish list, and this just happened to be one that was picked. And they all kind of look the same like this. The flowers, they're just different colored flowers, but I don't know why that was important for me to tell you guys, but apparently it was. Ooh, next book is stuck. Okay, we've got Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov. This is book 1 in the Magnolia Falls series. And basically, I don't know too much about this other than he's a boxer. That's what I know. And I'm assuming his name's Romeo. But I do know that I'm pretty sure Paige gave this 6 stars. I think she really liked this book. I think a lot of people do. I still haven't read any Laura Pavlov yet, but it's okay. We're going to do it. Like, she's got 2 whole series. No, she's got more than that. She's got a lot of series. Maybe that's why I haven't started yet, because it feels very daunting. But it's small town. That's all I really know. Start of the new series, and it has to do with boxing. From there, we've got The Clover Chapel by Daphne Perry, which is book 1 in the Jameson Valley series, okay? And again, I can tell you what it's about. It's small town. You're probably like, why in the world are you doing a book haul and you don't know what any of your books are about? Well, at the time, when I put them on my wish list, I remembered. Okay, Sounds like this girl's a socialite and she wants to become a teacher. So she like breaks free from living under her father's thumb. And I guess she's going to go to a small town, I bet. And she's probably going to meet some dude. I betcha. That's the book. I wrote it. I can tell you all about it. Okay. Next. Oh, okay. Next, I bought myself Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. So I don't read a lot of sports romances. It's just not like a thing that I like gravitate towards. But do I keep buying them? Yeah. I don't read them like consistently. Like one romance book after another, after another, after another. Because that would just bore me. But I do own them. So like every once in a while. I couldn't tell you the last one I read though. But this one is a golf romance. And basically I think the heroine is like the hero's like biggest fan, and she somehow becomes his caddy or something. I don't know too much about golf, but I think that's how it goes, and they're gonna fall in love. Like, I just like Tessa Bailey. I mean, I like her older stuff a little bit better. I haven't read a lot of her newer stuff. I did read Wreck the Halls, and I don't want to talk about that book. Next, we've got Bride by Allie Hazelwood. Now, I have just recently gotten rid of every Allie Hazelwood book I had. I had, what's that one? What's her first book? Love on the Brain? Is that what it was? And then Love Theoretically? No. The first two books in the STEM series, I was like, I'm never going to read these. I really don't care to read about STEM. No offense, I just didn't really care. So I got rid of them. However, this is a paranormal, she's a vampire and she has to marry a werewolf. And I just think everyone who grew up in the Twilight era is like, I need to read that book. So, this is what could have been. This is the If Bella Had Married Jacob book, but really not. It has nothing to do with that. But in my mind, it always will. So I hear good things. I've heard good things. So basically, it's like an arranged marriage. She has to marry him, and I don't think it's like love at first sight. I don't think they like each other. And then by the end of the book, they will like each other. How do I know? Because it's a romance. And I don't know if it's a cliffhanger or not. Now I can't remember. I don't think it is. Or was it? Oh my gosh, this next book. Okay. So, for the month of February, Paige and I's book club pick was Maestro by Auden Dar. And I read it on my Kindle and I absolutely loved it. It was 6 stars. It was like my first 6-star I've ever given to a book. And I had to have it. So that is what I did. I went and bought myself Maestro. And this baby is thick. She's a thick book. She's just under 600 pages. But at the same time, like, I would go through the heartbreak that I went through with this book again. Oh, this is an angsty mother trucker. Okay, she's angsty and she's emotional, and I wanted to throw my Kindle. I was crying. I was mad. I was upset. But by the end, it was a roller coaster, and I loved it. And if you love like an epic soulmate love story and you like music, presumably classical music, I think you would love this book. I will link the live show down below if you want to hear our thoughts, but we both really love this book. I personally love this book, and then Paige loved this book. So oh my gosh, this was so good. I'm so glad that I own it now. I'm so glad that I have it. Okay, next we've got, it has a little bookmark in it. I forgot about that. Okay, next we've got Under the Stars by Laura Pavlov. This is book, I want to say 2 in the Cottonwood Cove series. It's either 1 or 2. I'm thinking it's 2, but I don't really remember what this one's about. It's just small town. Just know that. Just know that when you're going into a Laura Pavlov book, it's small town and steamy. But I'll show you the bookmark that's in there because it's ACOTAR. So people should love that, right? It says, to the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered. I was like, what's the saying? But it's metal and it has that on it. And then it has the little Valaris on the little keychain thing. Okay, next we've got The Stars. Oh, the stars. The stars and the star. It doesn't matter. The Stars Are on Our Side by Jennifer Hartman. So basically, this book is following one of the victims who was kidnapped by the matchmaker in Still Beating. I have not read Still Beating, so I cannot read this. But now I own it, so once I do read Still Beating, I can read this. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I think some people didn't think this was necessary. So I don't know too much about this. I don't even know the girl's name at this point. Tabitha. So I know that's her story. So, and I can't read her story until I read Still Beating. So after that, I have Irresistible by Jenna Hartley. And I don't know. Okay, so this sounds like this is a friends with benefits type of relationship. She says no lies, no feelings, just the hookup. That's what he wants. What does she want? No lies, no feelings. Oh, she wants the same thing. That's good. We need consent in here. We love consent. So they both agree on that. But it seems like as, you know, psychologically, I'm going to get really sciencey. It's hard to not be physical and no feelings attached because of the neurons that are released. I'm done. We are not. Just saying, it's really, really hard. Okay. Oh, okay. The next book I basically bought because I get Lucia Franco's newsletter, and she was like, this book's going out of print and it's going to this book. And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because that does not match the prior book. So I had to go buy this book, which is Say Yes. This is technically, I know it's book 2, but I feel like it's really just like a very long epilogue. A very long epilogue from Hush Hush, which I haven't read yet. But it matches Hush Hush. I can't have unmatching books. And speaking of unmatching books, okay, now I need to tell the story about these next 4 books that are in this series. So basically, I wanted to collect the J.T. Geisinger Queens and Monsters series, which is a mafia series. And I started with books 1 and 2, as one does, as, you know, going in order. And then she's like, peace, guys, these books are leaving because they got picked up by a publisher and they're going to change. We're changing the covers because that's what we always do. We just change the covers, you know. And she booted them off Amazon. So I'm like, ugh. So I find one on Panko Books. And so I'm with books 1, 2, and 3 at this point. And then I'm on Panko Books and I see someone selling all 4. All 4 out of print books for a price. And I don't want to say what the price was, but I can tell you that I bought them. I tried to split it up. I only needed I only needed this sucker. This sucker. You cost me. I only needed this one. But I ended up with all 4. So I did end up giving Paige one of the other 3. So that's good. Like they're going to a good home. Paige, I have them. They're right there. I just need to mail them out. But at least now I own all 4 with the men on the cover because you know what was going to happen. They're going to get reprinted and there's going to be, what, flowers on the cover? I hate that. I'm sorry. Like, I know some people love a discreet cover, but personally, I'm not reading about flowers. I would much rather have the people on the cover because I'm reading about people. I'm not reading about some object. I'm not reading about some flowery scripting words. But I don't understand. I don't understand why. I mean, I get it from a marketing point of view. More people will buy that book than a book with the man on the cover because they don't want people to know because they care what people think. It's a whole ordeal that I could go into, but we're not. But just know that I prefer a man on the cover to a discreet cover any day. Okay, we're getting down to the last 4. Okay, we did it. Cheers for me. So, next we've got Hate by Tate James, which is book 1 in the Madison Kate series. And this is I think this is a Why Choose. But, like, something happens in her past and she comes back to, like, get revenge on the guys who did it, I think. But instead, she, like, falls for them. So I think that's how it goes. And it's Why Choose. So this is book 1 and there's 4 books in this series. I was going to get book 3 at Walmart, but they didn't have book 2. And I'm not doing that to myself. So we're going to see how I enjoy her writing. And then, oh, I forgot I got this book. Oh, I forgot I got that book too. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we've got To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays. So basically this book is about our heroine who really, really had a big crush on Jason when she was younger because he was her brother's best friend. She grows up, becomes his author, and he grows up to become an actor. Well, her book gets picked up and it's going to become a movie, and guess who, like, the movie company wants to play the lead? But also, guess who she wrote the book about? So that's going to be interesting. I have not read an Ella Mays. I do want to. I own the Marriage for One book as well. So this one sounds cute, but I think it's also spicy. You know me and my spicy books, guys. You know me and my spicy books. Okay. Oh, we need to not fall. We need to not fall. Please and thank you. Okay. Next, we've got Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington. So, how do I explain this book? Because I know what it's about, you know, for once. So basically, the heroine and the hero, I think, meet on a very bad day for both of them. Like, they are both contemplating, and they kind of like save each other. And I think they're together for a little bit, and then the hero still is dealing with mental health issues, and then she's, you know, by herself, and I think she ends up getting with his brother eventually. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a gynecologist, and there's like a scene at his office, which is not my idea. That's not a fantasy of mine, ma'ams and sirs, if there's sirs watching as well, because you know how vulnerable you are. Like, and I don't even go to male gynecologists because you don't need to see. No, sir. No. I'll go to a female. I just can't. Nope. So nothing sexy about that. So if you can make that sexy, Parker, you are cool. Okay. Last book is another book of the month. So this must have been February's book. So here we've got The Resort by Sarah Ox. Don't know a thing. She thought it was the perfect getaway. Yeah, is this like people start dying one by one? I feel like so many thrillers on an island is people dying one by one. Welcome to paradise. We hope you survive your stay. Me too. So I don't know much about it, but I really think it was the cover that sold me, because I do love myself some pinks. And it was a pink cover. So I was like, oh, well, yeah, I want it. So there we go. There's all the, I'm not putting that on the top because it's going to fall. And now I just realized that I should have turned the books to face the camera to do the thumbnail. So now that's going to have to do that by myself. That's fine. You're not here to look at that. You were here to see the books. So thank you. Thank you. If you've read any of these, let me know down below. Let me know your thoughts. Or if you just want to leave me an emoji to let me know that you guys were here, leave me the soda emoji, because nothing's better than a Coke from McDonald's. I don't care what you say. Yeah, so leave me a soda emoji. If you're new and enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. I would love for you to stick around. My social media is linked down below as always. My Goodreads, my Instagram, and my TikTok. That is so weird for me to say. I'm still getting used to saying the TikToks. Because the TikToks, I don't do it's fine. We're expanding. We're trying over here at least. But I hope you guys had a great month of March. And the next video of mine should be my April TBR next week. Yeah. And then I'll do a wrap up after that. So I hope you guys are having a great day or evening. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
2 hours later.
Do you think if I just stare at them long enough, they'll put themselves away? I mean, where at is the question. I don't have any bookshelf space right now, so they're being stacked. But like, if I feel like if I stare at them long enough, they're just gonna put themselves away, and I won't have to worry about it. I don't think that's gonna be the case though. Fine.